Another wide receiver video, right? I know. But we know Dyami Brown today, and we're gonna talk about can he break out down the stretch? Can he make some huge plays down the stretch, and really solidify a spot for him next year and for the future? I like Dyami Brown. I think he's a great wide receiver depth, and maybe he might be the wide receiver 3 or 4 in the future for the Washington Commanders. Let's talk about it. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm talking things that Dyami Brown does well, and anything I think he need to do in order to solidify that spot going forward. For the intro, and let's ride. Welcome back to the PSN Command. That was your boy Tom K. Tech. Back in another video. I get to a glory to God for God's right now. God's open doors. In pay way for all people in the Lord and prevent today's video. Here out the Washington Commanders. And we'll get a quick verse of the day. And we're gonna get right into today's content. We're talking about Dyami Brown running around. Dyami Brown running around, man. I saw Dyami Brown today, man. But just gonna rap to y'all about something real quick. This is Luke 10:18. It says as follows. He replied, I saw Satan fall like a lightning from heaven. We're talking once Satan, Lucifer, turned on Jesus and turned on God in the heavenly realm. He was sent like lightning, man, right to hell. So that was that. That's much about what it is. So you don't want that type of treatment. So hopefully none of it happens to none of us that's watching this video or recording if you're like myself. So let's talk about Dyami Brown running around, man. So Dyami Brown's 20 catches and 206 yards on the season, and 1 touchdown, 10 yards per catch. And with Noah Brown being out, that's all who's going to step up. I thought Luke McCaffrey is the guy that should step up, and Dyami Brown's the guy that should step up as well. Dyami Brown's making some plays. He's been on best screen wide receiver when it comes to catching passes on screens. And he's getting the best yards at the catch when it comes to those. So that's been kind of his role. His occasional bomb over Baghdad. That's been his role. Not big's going to expand a little bit. He might catch a little bit more in the immediate pass like that. I'm not put more of the Zach Ertz thing and more the Noah Brown thing, but now it's going to have to be divvied up by these guys. And I think so. Dyami Brown's going to have this. So, what can Dyami Brown break out down the stretch? What does a breakout look like for Dyami Brown? And then also, could he solidify a spot on his roster for the future? Let's talk about it. So, can Dyami Brown break out down the stretch? His 4 games. He already has a career year in receptions and receiving yards. 9 touchdowns because he had a 2 touchdown game versus the Titans a couple years ago. A breakout to me down the stretch for Dyami is a game like he had in 2022 versus the Titans. He has 100 yards receiving and a touchdown, and a couple games where he catches 3 or 4 passes a game. So he has a game like he had versus the Titans for 1 game. There's another game like he had against the Titans 2 years ago in his sophomore campaign. And then he has a couple of games he catches 3 catches for 25 yards. He catches a couple of clutch third downs, stuff like that. If he does that, if he has 150 yards down the stretch, that's a huge breakout. Realistically, if he has 200 yards, be a huge breakout for him, right? That'd be 50 yards a game down the stretch. Put him on 400 yards for the season. If he has 150 yards down the stretch, that's a huge breakout for him, right? So he has a game like similar type, but not necessarily like the Titans game. 100 yards would be a lot to ask for Dyami Brown. So that's just kind of put it much more realistic realistic terms here. If he has 3 games over 50 yards down the stretch, he has a game he catches a screen for 10 yards, so he has 160 yards on the stretch. 3 games he has over 50 yards. That's a breakout for Dyami Brown, right? And then that means he's not just running around, right? So that will solidify a spot for him for the future. I think that will solidify a roster spot. I think they'll want him back, and I think they will try to re-sign him. And I think they'll pay a nice little pretty penny, but they'll get Dyami Brown back, right? And I think he'll be a guy that'll be here for the future. He might get a 2-3 year extension if he can go out there, make some plays down the stretch, and show why he deserves a roster spot here for the longer term. I don't love Dyami Brown. I like Dyami. I think Dyami has an element of speed that no one else has in this room. Outside of Terry. Also, Dyami has a role already, which I also like a lot, which is catch screens, block well, and catch an occasional bomb. That's his role. And I like that role for him because he has a niche in his offense. And with Cliff Kingsbury probably being for another year or so, at least I think, in my opinion, you want a guy that has niches in the offense, that has a special role. And Dyami Brown has that. So I think that also helps him down the stretch as well because he already has a role in his offense. He's not a guy that's been shunned out all season and not done anything. So that now that he already has a role, he's got to expand on it a little bit more. I think when he does that, when Cliff does that for Dyami, I think Dyami will have a couple of 50-yard games on the stretch. I think Dyami Brown will make some plays. And with Dyami Brown making these plays, that will solidify, I think, a 2 or 3 year extension for him this offseason. And he'll be a Washington Commander for a little while. Deuce going to be it for a little bit. Now, if he fails to do so, he's walking. And he'll be finding another team. And I don't think he'll be hopping from team to team the rest of his career, I think. But if he can make some plays down this stretch in a disappointing rookie contract, that could solidify a roster spot for him for the future. So, what are your thoughts on Dyami Brown? What are your stat predictions for him? I think he catches 10 passes down the stretch. Give me 125 yards. And he ties his career high with 2 touchdowns. So he'll get another touchdown down the stretch. That will allow Dyami Brown to be here for a long term, I think. What says you? Let me know you got in the comments down below. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know you got to think about Dyami Brown in the comments down below. I think Dyami Brown has been a huge disappointment so far in his rookie contract in his first 4 campaigns in his NFL career. But he can change that with this injury of Noah Brown, and for him to have an opportunity to make a couple more plays and get a couple more chances to make plays. This is a huge opportunity for Luke McCaffrey and Dyami Brown. It's time for both of them to step up and be those top 100 picks that we spent on. We spent the 82nd pick in the 2021 NFL draft on Dyami Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown was a 4th round pick. He's like a top 10 wide receiver in the league. Dyami Brown needs to step up. Luke McCaffrey, we spent the 100th pick in the draft on you. Go make some plays, Luke. It's time. It's time for these boys to make plays more on a consistent basis. We see flashes, but we need more. I need more. But the Commanders need more. And Jaden Daniels needs more. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a good one. Have a wonderful day, evening when we're watching this video. And catch you on the flip side.